90% of everything in this room and your everyday life was at some point in a standard steel shipping container, much like this one. However, I'm willing to bet that none of you ever thought about how this intricate and complicated process of shipping goods around the world is actually arranged. And if you were to imagine it right now, you would probably think it looks something like this. And you would be totally wrong. Because it is still done the old-fashioned way, using phones, faxes, and emails. It is a slow and a complicated process. It may be hard to believe, but the tools and processes have not changed in decades. The most meaningful change the industry made in the last 30 years is that we have mostly shifted from faxes to emails. And this is a systemic problem in industry. We're talking 250 companies around the world doing it wrong. And it looks a lot like this. Needless to say, this is making shipping a container a nightmare for 15 million businesses in Europe alone. We're talking companies that are wasting 30% of their logistics budget and a tremendous number of man-hours. There is a better way. At Shipwise, we're using technology to reinvent the industry from the bottom up, to finally allow companies to book and manage their freight online, to know exactly where the shipments are and what's going on, and to share this information with their partners and co-workers. We simplify and streamline paperwork and reporting, eliminating massive headaches. We automate repetitive and low-value processes, saving time and money. And in many cases, for the first time, these companies can use analytics to glean in valuable insights into the supply chain to make better and smarter decisions. In the process, we are changing how the world spends 12% of global GDP, making this a huge market opportunity for us. As was previously mentioned, software is eating the world, and we saw how fintech and other industries were completely transformed by startups. And logistics is on the cusp of a major transformation that's about to take place, and we're one of the few companies executing on the cutting edge. Because we know shipping. We have more than 5 decades of experience in the industry. We're building a global provider network to help some amazing companies with their supply chain. By reducing friction, by building essential cloud tools, and finally, by leveraging cutting-edge technology such as blockchain to bring all participants in the supply chain on the same decentralized network, to change how we manage document ownership, supply chain custody, and make payments. To make sure that processes that used to take days or sometimes weeks now only take minutes. At Shipwise, we're making shipping faster, easier, and more informed. So come on board before the ship sails. Q&A now.
Any questions?
If I understood correctly, it sounds like your initial focus is on small and medium businesses, which was also the case with Salesforce.com back in the day. Do you think there is a real opportunity for you to move up to have major global corporations as clients, or are the issues there such that this really is best if you stay kind of in the medium business as your end users?
Indeed, we're initially focused on much smaller customers. We've actually had some inbound from larger companies. We're just a little bit too early to actually have them as a customer because they have to work along the process, they want an ERP integration, so we're just not ready for that.
Can you talk a little bit more about your traction?
We're super early stage. We've only started billing at the end of November, so we're working with 24 customers. We've done tens of thousands in revenue in the last quarter, and that's about it.
And they're paying, or?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
This is not something that anybody ever got for free.
Okay. And I'm sorry if you mentioned it, I apologize, but how much are they paying?
The delta, or like in terms of revenue, top line revenue per shipment tends to be fairly high, but we're talking about $500 per shipment in top line revenue.
$500 per shipment. Okay.
Any more?
Sir, I don't know this industry at all, but so are you pegging your pricing to the traditional freight forwarder model that you're replacing them, or is it value-added services for freight forwarders?
So we are actually freight forwarder ourselves, so we actually are full stack, so we do the service and software, we don't sell the software. Currently we're using a vanilla freight forwarder model, but we have a couple of things in the works in terms of customers and partners that are coming in that are forcing us to figure out kind of a flat fee algorithmic pricing, because the end customer is like B2B2C, so and they're working with a flat fee there, so we need to figure out how to do it as well.
Oh, so you have a direct and indirect model, essentially.
Well, I mean, that literally came up about a month ago. We're still figuring out how to do it.
What's the biggest challenge that you anticipate coming across, and how do you plan on answering to that?
For us, so far, the largest challenge has been actually IT, because we're dealing with an industry that really hasn't done much, so we're dealing with a lot of legacy. So we're having to find workarounds and put a lot of systems ourselves to kind of overcome these problems.
Okay, time is up. Thank you. Please, we got